Hello, this is Joe Blasco for MUA TV, and I believe that we have something quite special for you. Well, at least it's special to me and my family. It is something that has actually been requested by many of the parents of our prospective students at both the Orlando Joe Blasco Makeup School and the Hollywood Makeup School. And what is it? It is information concerning how I became a makeup artist and how I got into the field and how difficult it was to get into the field and how did my family feel about my wanting to be a makeup artist and what was my background like and what were the cities like where I grew up and what did I do growing up that prepared me to be a makeup artist. Well, you're about to see the answers and hear the answers to all of those questions that have been posed to me several times by, as I said, prospective students' parents, as well as from the students themselves. Now, to make it very clear, it's not just about me, but it's also about many makeup artists. And what I mean by that is that I've found that many makeup artists, especially those who grow up wanting to be makeup artists, somewhat follow the same path as I followed as a child. And I'm sure that if you're a makeup artist who wanted to be a makeup artist from your very young, early years, you're going to relate to this very much. I have also, as a child, wanted to do many other aspects of filmmaking. And when I say as a child, I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years of age, into my teen years. It wasn't really until I was around, let's say 11 or 12 that I really decided I wanted to be a makeup artist. That when I started watching horror films, back when I was 5 years old, I honestly wanted to be a filmmaker. I thought perhaps maybe I would direct or I would be a cameraman or an actor. I was really taken in by perhaps being an actor for horror films, as Boris Karloff was somewhat one of my idols. And so I wasn't really dead set on being a makeup artist until I was around 11 years of age. But when I was 7 years of age, makeup began standing out to me. When I would watch the old classic films from Universal Studios, like Frankenstein and the Wolfman, Dracula, and of course The Mummy, so many others. I grew up in a small town called Jeannette, Pennsylvania. I was born in another small town called Greensburg, Pennsylvania. This is just outside of Pittsburgh, and you just can't get any further away from Hollywood than those small little cities that are somewhat, I think they're southeast of Pittsburgh. But anyway, to make a long story short here, as a child growing up there, I watched horror films on television, and I had developed a really serious case of scoliosis, which is curvature of the spine. So for many of my young years, I was in an actual body cast, and they would change this horrible thing every 6 months, and it was about an inch thick, and it went from, it covered my entire chest and stomach area up to my neck and down to the tops of my legs. And this was applied to me at Allegheny Hospital in an attempt to arrest the development of the curvature of the spine that I had developed as a result of getting a broken leg. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this is because if it hadn't been for my broken leg that developed into a curvature of the spine, I probably would have never become introduced to the horror films that I was introduced to because of having to stay at home and watch television so much. So the hardships, the negatives, became a positive. And not only did I love the horror films that I watched as a kid, and not only did they inspire me to want to be something in motion pictures or television, makeup was the most predominant aspect of what I really loved as a kid, but they also inspired me and my friend Frank Bolkovac to make 2 movies. there we were, young kids. I believe we started around 11 years old or 12 years old making films. And we would work on weekends, and we would, cut hedges and mow lawns and collect, 50 cents here and 50 cents there so that we could buy little 50-foot rolls of Kodak motion picture film, 8mm motion picture film. And his mother bought him a camera, an 8mm camera, for Christmas, and we then began collecting these 50-foot reels of film over several months of working, trimming hedges and mowing lawns. And we made 2 films. The first film, and we're going to show you those films first. All right, we're going to show you those films first, and then we're going to show you my bio, which takes you to the locations where we actually filmed these wonderful little cult films. The first film that we shot was called The Mad Dr. Roderick, and that's right, I play the Mad Dr. Roderick. I also play the good guy in the film because the Mad Dr. Roderick and the good guy are twin brothers. So I get a chance to kill myself in this film. It's quite melodramatic, and it was really one hell of a project for young kids that age. And, we studied motion pictures and television quite intently so that we were able to do this. And honestly, we did it quite well. And so you'll be seeing The Mad Dr. Roderick, as well as another film that is a little longer. The Mad Dr. Roderick's running time is about 35 minutes. The next film that we did was our epic film, and this film, again, about another mad doctor, is called Van Dar. And yes, I play Dr. Van Dar. So I want you to remember that we were very young kids when we made these movies. And actually for young kids and for having to work with 8mm film, and now, mind you, back in those days, the film had to be cut and had to be spliced together, and so we had to edit this, so it wasn't like the kids have today with these wonderful video cameras, and all the various types of editing equipment that are available to them. This was really flying by the seat of your pants, and it was true filmmaking as it was back then in the day. So we have the Mad Dr. Roderick, and we have Van Dar. And during the Mad Dr. Roderick presentation that you're going to be seeing first, because the soundtrack was lost, I do an actual verbal dialogue explaining exactly what's going on during the film, and I give you as much of the dialogue as I can remember now. And however, for Van Dar does have a magnetic sound stripe, and we actually dubbed all of the sound. We did what's called Foley, all right, which is all the background sounds. And for instance, for closing doors, we slam 2 pieces of wood together. And for footsteps, we'd do this. And so we had fun. We were very creative as kids. And I developed my love for makeup artistry during the filming of both of these films. So I'd like you now to sit back, relax, keep a very, very open mind, and watch first the Mad Dr. Roderick, then Van Dar, and then a quick bio on yours truly, Joe Blasco, that explains how I became a makeup artist and explains exactly where we shot and shows you the locations of where we shot the 2 films. Enjoy.